Hey, it's time to dish with D. That's me, coming to you from my family room floor next to the dog. Number one, the weekly topics are now online. So it's easier for me to read on my computer in the house since it's so cold out. Yes, tell me, D, you're a wimp. I'm a whiz and a wump. Wimp. I'm a wimp wump. Wissy wimp wump. Yeah. So yeah, I am taking the weekly inside this week next to Bailey. And maybe he'll make an appearance. I'm not sure he's sleeping right now, but you never know. Weigh in. That's what you're here for. I lost 1.2. That's 2 weeks in a row. Last week I lost 1.4. This week I lost 1.2. See, when I put my nose to the grindstone, I can lose weight. And I lost weight back on the blue plan. Score one for me. Both weeks were on the blue plan because my 36 hours on green doesn't really count. But I ate. And surprisingly, I might have done better if I was on blue on Saturday and not on green. I would have eaten those cookies, possibly. I was very frustrated. It's hard. It was hard for me to go backwards. It was. And I applaud you if you can do that. I can't. I can do purple. I can't go back because I miss it. I just scrupulously, or whatever the word I want to say, I just grab chicken. And it's just chicken breast. It's not like I'm grabbing a Kentucky Fried Strip or something. I'm grabbing a piece of just boneless, skinless chicken breast. And I'm like, and some salmon that I had made. And normally it's 0 points. Like I would, yeah, it's very frustrating. Everything that I snack on I ate so much fruit. It was insane. My husband's like, where's the bananas? Oh, I ate them. I ate like 1 or 2 bananas on Saturday. I ate an apple. We got in a fruit basket. My son had, somebody re-gifted him a fruit basket. One of those beautiful, incredibly edible delights, you know. My husband, because I've never seen you eat so much cantaloupe and honeydew. I don't really like cantaloupe and honeydew. I'm like, because I just didn't know what else to eat. And you shouldn't be frustrated on your weight loss journey. And I was frustrated and it was getting in my head. And that is the one thing I try to run home to you guys. You can't obsess about it. You just can't. And that's what was happening. And I put a quick halt. I didn't wait the week. I said, no, this isn't working. So what do I need to do to change it? I need to go to something I'm comfortable with. And blue is what I was comfortable with. And it worked for me. I lost 116, 17 pounds. So why did I not think just to go back to blue and take off my maintenance points? I don't know what I don't know. I guess I thought I was just, you know, I thought, oh, I haven't done green in years. I thought it would be nice. The girls loved it. Some of you guys are on green, were so supportive, and I just wanted to do it for you. But you can't. You have to do it for yourself and what works for you, not what works for so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so. You have to find what plan, any kind of plan, if it's vegan, if it's paleo, if it's keto, if that works for you and you don't mind it and you don't mind not eating bread, then, you know, see, I like bread. I can never do keto. And I like vegetables, but I don't like, you know, and I love beans. I just don't, I like meat too. So I know it's something I could actually eliminate. So yeah, so D is, she's back at goal. I am 180, no, 180, 158. So I am back in the free seat before I go back. But knowing the skin, well, plus I was naked. That's the perk of getting weighed at home. You get weighed with just your underwear on. Well, I know going back to the place, I have to have clothes on. So yeah, so Dee needs to get a few more pounds off before she goes back clothed to her meeting, but I'll get there. It's what it is. But it just goes to show you, you don't have to starve yourself to lose weight. You don't have to work out like a fiend to lose weight. If you just eat the right foods and the right portions, you will lose weight. I've proven that on my journey. You know, just what goes in here and the amount of food that goes in here and the type of food that goes in here matters. It matters. And that's all that matters. So don't beat yourself up if you put on a couple, but you know what? Next Christmas is going to come and guess what? I'm going to gain that week and I'm so okay with it. I really am. I know I'm good. I like, because as long as you sit there and you know why, and you've done it on, I think I'm okay with it. Like I said, I've gained the last 3 Christmases. This will be the 3rd Christmas I gained. So, and it's gone. So it is what it is, and that's all it is. And you just have to say to yourself, pick yourself up. It's Christmas. I'm going to gain weight. That's just how it is. I am not going to skimp on the holidays because I'm afraid to gain weight. If that happens, then why have I done all this? You know, I just, you know, that's a whole other video. So let us go to the weekly topic. They're called weekly techniques. Oh, this ought to be good. I need to read this one close up. Is your home base helping you or hindering you? Dun, 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 dun. Try this. If your kitchen or dining room or bedroom or any room is getting in the way of your goals. We see you cupcakes on the counter. Use these tips to reset your space. Cupcakes call my name. They do. But if there's cupcakes in the house, I make myself some de-fried cupcakes. So that's what I do. I kind of put something I could prepare for me to compete with that. And I'm telling you, my stuff's, in my mind anyway, it's just as good. So I don't go for that cupcake. I'll go for my cupcake. That's just me though. Behavioral science hack, create a visual cue. Instead of leaving the bag of chips on the counter, leave out a bag of popcorn. This is kind of what I just said. If you have others in your house, we call them the others, and you have to have food for them. They're not on a weight loss journey, nor should they have to be. You have to have food for them and food for you. It's learning how to live in this toxic environment. So if you need to have something for yourself though, you do, because you can't just sit there and say, I'm not going to have it. Because guess what? You will. It's just how it goes. I mean, I don't know why that is, but it is. So that is, you know, you just have to find something, like they're saying, leave something for yourself, but not some plain air popcorn. Leave some good popcorn. Leave some like cheese popcorn that you put like, I love putting nutritional yeast on my popcorn so it tastes cheesy, or Flavor God seasoning. Make it special popcorn. So, and guess what? They're going to want your popcorn and not their chips. That's how it goes too. Behavioral science hack. Make it easier for your future self. Instead of going to bed without setting your kitchen up for the morning, put overnight oats in a bowl in the fridge. I do like to know the night before what I'm having for breakfast. It just, you know, I don't plan more than that. I don't sit there on Sunday and say what I'm going to have all week because I don't know what I'm going to feel like Tuesday or Wednesday. And honestly, I'm not going to eat something because I made it. I want to eat something because I want to eat it. And when you eat something because you want to eat it, you feel more satisfied. And when you're more satisfied, you don't go looking for something else. If you eat something because you made it and you didn't really want it, you're still going to want what you want. I say it all the time, it's up there. So yeah, so that's why I don't plan. I can't, because that's what's going to happen. Behavioral science hack, disrupt the default. Instead of keeping brownies on the counter and grabbing them on autopilot, because you do. You just walk, and sometimes it's in your mouth, you're like, why did I put that there? And if that happens to me, which it does, and I realize it before I swallow it, I spit it out. And if it's not good, I spit it out. This girl doesn't swallow if it's not worth it. Freeze them individually so you have the potential to defrost one. Problem with that is I have eaten frozen. Wah, wah. Yeah. So I, again, would say make lighter brownies. And let me tell you something. They don't know around here what's light and what's not because sometimes it's that good. This is Weight Watchers. The pumpkin dumb cake, if I remember to link that here, they scarfed it down like nobody's business. Nobody's business. All right, make designated zones. Snack while you're cooking. Instead of snacking while you're cooking, make the table the only place you eat. I mean, that's a great in theory. I just don't know as us being adults that we could follow, you know. I say snack on good things while you're cooking. I love, as you know, my 0-point hummus. If I remember to link that, I'll link that with veggies. I'm huge. I love, and I know not everybody does, radishes. And my, they don't have them lately, but sometimes they have the rainbow radishes there. They're not all spicy. They're really good. Cucumbers. I love to put hummus on cucumbers, or even like my 0-point ranch dip. That is the stuff that I put out. I put out stuff like that that's not going to hurt me. It's just 0 points. And some grapes, usually. But I don't sit there and say I can only eat at the table, because that's not reality. I mean, you could sit there. I'm not a child. I'm not going to, you can't eat unless you're eating there. That one I don't go for. I just don't. I mean, I get you're trying to say you can't, but that just doesn't work for me. Anyway, if it works for you, let me know, because it doesn't work for me. I don't know what that is. I just eat, I could eat. All right. Instead of snacking, okay. Let's dive a little deeper, shall we? We tend to make decisions that cause the least amount of friction in our lives. The easier the choice, the more likely we are to do it. In order to hit reset on our journeys, we need to reset our spaces too. My big thing is having stuff available and making it delicious. Like and that's why, I know I said this, I say this all the time, just finding things that you love and find a way to make it lower points, because you're still going to want that snack. And that's what you're going to, you know, at least in the beginning, you might eventually change. I know I did, but it took me a while. So I always say, find things that you love. Like I loved like spinach dip. You can make a low point spinach dip. It's very easy, and spinach is so good for you. And instead of like, you can make lavash crackers. Out of a sheet of lavash, that's 2 points. You can get like 30 crackers, and they're good. My family scarfs to my lavash crackers, which really, there comes Bailey. Is he coming by? I don't know. He's right here. He's not gonna, he can't. There he does something. There he is. There, he's not making an appearance. But things like that, and it's kind of annoying that they eat my lavash crackers, but that just goes to show you that they're good. So don't ever knock the WW stuff. Monthly theme is hitting reset. It's January, we're all hitting reset. So this is week 1. So they have a printable recipe card. I don't know if I could link it. I will try to link it in the description box. I think it is, let me go look. I want to say it's some kind of pecan crusted buttermilk chicken. Let's see what the points are on this. 7 on green, 4 on blue, and 4 on purple. You get a 5-ounce skinless, boneless chicken breast. Chopped pecans. Oh, I have everything. I make my own buttermilk. Make your own buttermilk. 1% milk. If you drink one, we have 1% milk here. Make your own buttermilk. I think I have a video on that too. If I remember to link that, I will. It's so super easy, and it's because you buy the container. I don't know about you, but I don't always finish it. So, but you can make, all you need is 1% milk and white vinegar or lemon juice. I use the white vinegar. Buttermilk, it's delicious. Absolutely. So you can make your own buttermilk, plain dry breadcrumbs, pecans, and put it in your air fryer, right? Let's see. Yes, this is doing it in a skillet. I made chicken parmesan in my air fryer the other day, and the boys were like, one of them said, this is the best chicken parm you've ever made. So yeah, I would put this in the air fryer. I would get rid of that. I don't think you're really spending much for that tablespoon of canola oil, but you might be. But yeah, you don't need it. I would air fry this bad boy in a hot minute. Right, Bailey? So that is the weekly. I don't know what the reset was. Let's see, but learn more about hitting the reset. Your month-long guide to starting fresh. Our new monthly theme helps you hit the reset button. Hitting reset. Definition. Fresh start effect. A phenomenon that could help us refresh and get back on track. Studies show that we feel more capable, energized, and excited about making changes when we have a clean slate. That is why everybody, January 1st is huge for people. It is like they just want to, it's a new year. You just want to let the old year go. I get that. So that's why Tea with E has been crazy busy, but I love it. It's fun. New year, new you. I say it all the time. New year, new you. Even this January, the same slogan makes the rounds. That's because we want to hit the reset button. It is human nature. Having a clean slate can make it more likely that we actually can take steps towards our weight loss wellness goals. And you can. You can. But only you can do it. I can't do it for you. You have to make the decision. When I say my care, you have to commit. Not commit to say it, you have to. That's the only way it works, is you have to commit. People tend to be especially invigorated to start a clean whenever there's a fresh beginning, like a new year, a new month. Yep. While starting fresh and eagerly waving goodbye to 2020, it is important to ignore it. It's important just ignoring this year we all experience. We can't miss the point. Here's why it's powerful to press pause before hitting reset. It's safe to say 2020 probably pushed us all to realize what's most important to us. Taking stock in our successes and challenges helps us figure out what actually does and doesn't work for you. You have to know that. You have to know what works and what doesn't. You've been through this. I know what works for me and what doesn't. Doesn't mean I still won't do it. You know, wiping the slate clean lets us focus on where we're going instead of thinking about how we wish things would be. You can't wish. You have to turn your wish into reality. And the only way to do that is to keep trying. You're not a failure if you keep falling. You're not. The only failure is to stop trying. Then we empower to envision how we want to move forward in a few weeks, 6 months, or even a year. Join us monthly as we talk and learn about starting 2021 on the right foot. Check back throughout the next 4 weeks for our weekly techniques. Is your home base hindering you? So that is your home base hindering you. Is what you have around bothering you? Is living with other people hindering you? And, you know, here's the thing. In the beginning, mine was because I didn't embrace the program. I didn't. I felt, again, I was on a diet. So then when I started incorporating, I mean, the foods that I could have on the Blue Plan are amazing. So when I started incorporating those things into our daily dinners, you know, they're fresh. They're full of flavor. And everybody loves them. They love when I do the biscuit bakes. They love those. Now, what I do for them is I add more biscuits and maybe more cheese to their side of the container, of the pan. Because they're men, so they have to eat more. So, yeah, but it's still, it's a great, those things, I mean, I think Jersey Me Skinny has a crap ton of them. They're just delicious. I mean, find recipes on sites like Skinny Taste and Jersey Me Skinny was probably the first one I found that I really resonated with me because she did desserts and she did donuts and she did breads and she did muffins. And then, of course, Hungry Girl. I mean, there's so many places that have fantastic things and they give you the points so that all the work is done for you. You just have to make them. I just can't stress enough. And you see the stuff that I make and, you know, because once you start making stuff, you could create your own. You'll be like, well, I can do this if I do this, this, and this. You can create good food and desserts and hacks. And my cheesecakes in a mug are delicious. It's legit cheesecake. You don't feel like you're on a diet. You don't feel like you're missing anything. And that's what it's all about. You don't, because if you sit there looking at what they're eating, yearning for it, I don't yearn for what my family eats because they're eating what I'm eating, except they're just eating more of it. And that's huge too, because portion control is a big one for me. It was, you know, it was big. I was a volume eater. I like a big plate full of spaghetti. But I had my chicken parm with my 1 cup of pasta the other night. It was delicious. I post on Instagram. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, you didn't see it. But yeah, it was delicious. And it was satisfying. And it was, actually I had 2 pieces of chicken. Because the breadcrumb wasn't that much on there. And I used a little bit of cheese on my pieces. So it all worked out. And the chicken was 0. Win-win on the Blue Plan. So that's it for the topic and my weigh-in. I will try to link that recipe if I can. I'm not sure they'll allow it, but I'll put the link and see what happens. I'm not sure. I don't know if I could copy and paste it. I don't think I can because we'll see what I can do. You never know. Sometimes I'm talented, sometimes I'm not. But have a great day. If you enjoy these, give them a thumbs up. Let me know how you did this week on your reset. Because you know what? And I always say this, one of my favorite sayings is, if you've messed up, you're right back on track with your next meal. Don't wait till Monday. You just hit that reset, that next meal, because you can get right back on. I had a crap ton of cookies on Saturday. I had about 6 or 7, maybe even 8. I think I lost count. I pulled it right back in. And I'm here sitting at a loss. And I don't weigh much. I mean, well, I do. I'm at goal. So for me to lose a pound, 1.2 is huge. You don't get big weight losses at my weight. You don't get, I'm shocked, honestly, that I have a pound because I had a pound last week. You just don't. You don't weigh enough to lose that much. So unless you starve yourself. But yeah, I'm shocked that I lost that much. So it just goes to show you that I must have eaten my face off the last 2 weeks. But that's in the past. I will revisit that next December 20th. Have a great day. And if you haven't already subscribed, there's a subscribe button. I'd love you to hit it and hit that notification bell to let you know when I upload. If you know anybody that needs this there's a share button. You hit the share, it grabs the link. You could share it to an email, a text message, a Facebook group, a Zoom if you know people that are on Zoom and they're struggling. Tea with D is here to help. We meet pretty much every night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on the channel. And don't forget about my Facebook group. You can get in touch with us anytime. Dish with D's crew is here for you. I rhymed. Have a great day.